YouTube, how's it going? The GOAT House is back with some offensive lineman rankings. I think a very good class, this offensive line group. I combined center, guards, and tackles into one video, but I'm splitting up interior offensive line and offensive tackles in this video. So, again, we're going through all the positions, and we're going to have another live stream before our live stream during the draft. And then some final mocks too. But the live stream during the draft, April 25th, is day one. We start 30 minutes early to get ready to answer any questions. And then during the drafts, live predictions, analysis, reaction. It's going to be so much fun. Hopefully you can join us for that. And subscriber goals at 20K. Please help us get there. If you haven't clicked that button yet, click the like button, notification button, follow our Twitter. There it is in the bottom right and in the description. All that, much appreciated. I'm going to start with top three. We're going to do top three of each, actually. We're going to start with the tackle. Let's do that. My number one tackle is Jawaan Taylor. And my number two is very close to being number one, so it's very close. 6'5", 312. I think people look too much about him in the past playing left tackle. He wasn't bad in no way, but he wasn't anywhere near where he's at now. And people overreact from that, I think, because he moved to right tackle. That's his spot. Everybody has their spot, so he's really good in what the NFL is lacking in right tackle. There's more elite pass rushers coming off that side. And he also, aged, got better, improved, more knowledge of the game. So he's definitely much better now. And it takes more than one game. But you go look at him against Josh Allen and the pass rusher from Kentucky in that game. And Josh Allen plays on both sides. Great thing for him. He can rush from both sides. Josh Allen had a day. Even if he wasn't getting sacks, he had a day with pressure and sacks on one side against the left tackle. On the right side, he got shut down. And it's Jawaan Taylor, his quick feet, his hands, the strength. You've seen him bully people. He didn't bully Josh Allen, but he did shut him down. Seen him bully people, throw him to the ground. I like Jawaan Taylor. I don't get super excited about linemen often. And Jawaan Taylor is the guy that I get excited about. He's very good, plug-and-play right tackle. He's number one. Let's go into my number one right guard. And this guy, could be a tackle or a guard. And that's Cody Ford from Oklahoma. I'm putting him at guard because that's where I think he'll play. I like him at right tackle. He had success at right tackle. But because I really think he's going to get drafted and play at guard, I put him at guard. But, consider him a tackle as well because I view him as a solid right tackle. 6'4", 329. Quick feet for him. Very impressive on the outside zone for him. So grade 1, first round for him, a first guard if that's where he plays. But again, I think he can be a first round tackle as well. Let's go to my number 2 tackle. So we're going to go back and forth. I like that. My number 2 tackle is Jonah Williams, who also can be a guard and also can be a center. Very impressive. In most drafts, he would be number 1, really in either category. If I did list him at guard, I'd put him at number 1. But a grade in the first round for him too, 6'4", 302, very impressive battle against Clemson. He lost some reps, he won some. That's against a top team. Pretty much bullied everybody else. Some teams will list him as tackles, left tackle. Some teams left guard, obviously can slide over to right tackle. And I've heard a couple teams actually like his ability to play center possibly. So that's very interesting. But obviously, I think he made himself into the top 10. I think he always was top 10. I think I kind of quiet down a little bit, maybe because of his arm length, which I'm not worried too much about. But I think he gets back in the top 10 conversation here. And then my number 2 guard / center is Garrett Bradbury. I think he played both at a high level. I think he's a first-round pick. And, there's moments that he bullied people. Pancaking people like crazy. Seen it on back-to-back plays before. 6'3", 306 for him. Again, I think he can start day 1 at center. I think he can start day 1 at guard, even left guard, right guard, whatever you need there. So I think he's a first-round pick. He's my number 2 interior offensive lineman here. Number 3 offensive tackle, I'm going to go with Andre Dillard. Very, very, very close between him and Dalton Risner from Kansas State. Dillard, very athletic. Very good with his hands on the left. I think he's a plug-and-play left tackle. He's a little risky to me because he didn't play really that many good pass rushers at all. And very quick offense. Just snap the ball, step back, maybe even once or twice, throw the ball, a lot of times to the running back. So he didn't have to block for that long, but very athletic. It sounds like people around the league like him a little more than maybe us, but I do think he's a first-round guy with a lot of upside, but has some risk. And my number 3 guard is going to be Chris Lindstrom, who I have a second-round grade on. Would not be shocked if he actually snuck in the late first round, 6'4", 308. I think a safe pick. You're going to get a solid guard here. Nothing super flashy. I've seen these other guys just punishing guys and pancaking guys like we were talking about. But, he's going to get the job done. He can be a left guard, right guard, whatever you need there. So let's move on. I just did 3 with the tackles and the guards. And I separated, and I'll give you guys a link for both of these, but let's move on to my interior offensive line rankings. So you see the top 3 stays the same, obviously. Eric McCoy is 4. Another guy that wouldn't, maybe a little surprised, but it wouldn't blow me away by a long shot, if he went late first, but I think he's a second-round guy. Another guy that can play center or guard. I like him at staying at center. He's had some pretty good moments. Going against Quinn Williams, my number 1 player of the draft, there was some moments where he blocked him really good, and I didn't want to say win, but it was a good moment for McCoy, but somehow Quinn Williams still makes the play. The guy's just unreal. But McCoy, even good reps that really ended up being a loss. It's crazy. So he has some good upside to him, second-round pick. Elgin Jenkins from Mississippi State, same situation. I think he's more likely to move the guard than McCoy, but again, could be a center. But yeah, I do like him at guard. I think he's a late second, early third guy. Michael Dieter from Wisconsin, I like him at guard. Connor McGovern, another center/guard guy, about 50-50 which one he plays. Depends on which team drafts him. I'm gonna go bold here and say he's a guard. He'll play guard there, but again, 50-50. Drew Samia from Oklahoma, top offensive line in the country. I do like him staying at guard. Nate Davis is a sleeper from Charlotte. Very impressive footwork from him and pretty strong while he's at it. Could be a sleeper to sneak into day 2 in round 3, but could go round 4. Bo Ben Shovel from Wisconsin, another very good offensive line, Wisconsin. I like him at guard, obviously. Lamont Gaylord from Georgia, center or guard, another one of those guys. I think you can plug him either way. I'm leaning towards center, but again, it could go either way. Ben Powers from Oklahoma, another Oklahoma guy. Pierce Bacher, another one of those center/guards. Froholt from Arkansas. Pro Football Focus, I think, was high on him. I'm not all about Pro Football Focus, but I do think they've done a pretty good job with their offensive line over the years. So I think they're a little higher on him than most people. So that's a guy to look out for. Phil Haynes played some tackle and some guard. I like him at guard at the next level, so some upside there. Michael Jordan has experience at center and guard. Maybe I'm a little lower on him than other people, but just because I really like the other guys. He's had his moments where really good, but then sometimes where he ends up on his rear end on the ground, but I do think he's good. He's got some potential, but I just think these other guys are better. Alex Bars, he had a recent injury, so if it wasn't for that, maybe a little higher. The guy at Notre Dame. Prescott, a guy that can be moved around too. Javon Patterson, another one of those center/guards. Calhoun, another one of those center/guards. Bunchy Stallings, who people are mixed on. I'm hearing people have him much higher and then even way lower than I do here. So I'm actually kind of in the middle with him, but he's another center/guard. And then some other guys to round it off. Trevin Tate was a tackle. I just see a guy moving into guard there. Same thing with Brandon Knight. Nate Herbig, I'm not as high on as other people. He got absolutely bullied by Jerry Tillery in the Notre Dame game, and there's a Notre Dame guy. Musfer is my last guy. I like him at center, depth. So there are my interior offensive line rankings, and I'll have the link in the description. Now we're going to go to the offensive tackles. Pretty good class for both. There's Dalton Reisner. I like him in the first round. Right there with Dillard. I think he has potential to slide into guard as well. And I'm hearing that Caleb McGarry could sneak into the first round. I have a second round grade on him, but I also think he can slide into guard. I think he's going to be on the right side. Right tackle, right guard. Somewhere around there. Yodny Kajus probably would be higher than McGarry, but he had a recent injury, which is unfortunate. He has a very good tape. Didn't go against a whole bunch of solid pass rushers because you think Big 12 defense, but you really think you think about it, there's actually some solid guys in the draft in terms of the pass rush guys in the Big 12. Titus Howard I like a lot. Very strong. For how strong he has quick hands, quick feet. Was excellent in the Senior Bowl. I like him a lot. He's one of my guys, I think, I'd say, because just really stands out when you watch him, and he's a small school guy. Greg Little at 8, he's right there with Howard and Kajust. Another guy that's had his moments. His looks like a first round offensive tackle, but then he'll end up on his ass sometimes too, and you don't like to see that, but he can work with him. I think there's some talk that he can still go first. I don't know about it. I'd say second, even early third, possibly. David Edwards from Wisconsin. Bobby Evans, another Oklahoma guy. Chuma Odoga from USC, very productive tackle. Max Sharping from NIU. I like him on the right side rather than the left. Isaiah Prince from Ohio State. Dennis Daly. William Sweet, I think he's better than people think. I think he's a little underrated. Mitch Hyatt is also underrated. A big part of that Clemson offensive lineman. Trey Pipkins is the small school guy here. A couple small school guys. Udo, Miles. There's a couple guys there. Derwin Gray, I think is underrated. Really, I haven't heard anybody talk about him. And there's the rest of the guys that top it off. We got 30 exactly here for the tackles. Let me know your guys' thoughts on any of my rankings here. Links in the description for these. I'm also going to have one last spreadsheet so you guys can see all the rankings on one page. I'll release that maybe the day of, the day before. I got to type that all out. I had one. It's not quite updated. So we'll get that to you guys. But that's going to do it for the offensive line rankings. Thanks for everyone's support. It's been great. Thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you can join us for our live stream during the draft. But that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.